Bowman, Pastrana, and by the way, Trevor Bayne is back on the racetrack in that 6-car many laps down. Will he be the one that gets up there and drafts with Pastrana and changes his outcome around? 2 laps to go.
Green, green, green.
There's any time right here now to worry about teammates. It's just a matter of who you can get with, get yourself in a position to win the race now.
Yeah, all you see there was the speedy drive they put down for the crash.
99, Alex Bowman. 77, Parker Kligerman. 2 of the young drivers. Bowman only 19 years old, racing for the win, coming to the white flag.
How about Kyle Larson with Dale Jr. on his bumper? That might give him an opportunity.
32 and 88. Stewart to the lead with Hornish's help. Can Hornish stay tucked behind him for one more lap? White flag in the air at Daytona. Regan Smith to the outside. Keselowski pushing him.
That's where that side draft comes into play. You can see Sam Hornish coming off the bumper of Stewart.
Up to the center. Bowman pushed by Kligerman. Somehow they got out of it and saved him. Hornish now back behind Stewart. Up to the outside, 2 is Brian Scott.
See, Tony Stewart just bulled his way through there to get an opportunity, and he's going to have it too.
Final corner at Daytona. Who's going to get here first? Regan Smith 7, Keselowski 22, Stewart 33, and contact! Smith turned around. Tony Stewart is going to win this race. And a terrible crash coming to the finish.
This is a big wreck.
Kyle Larson's car with the front end severely torn off. He's bailing out of the car. Part of that car did pierce the catch fencing shy of the start-finish line. You see some of the others involved. In that melee, coming to the finish line, a car, Larson's, was turned up into the catch fencing, the safety fencing separating the racetrack from the grandstand. Parts of that car did pierce the catch fencing.
A tremendous impact. You could actually feel it shake the booth up here.
I'm so glad to see Larson climb from his machine. And there is attention being focused on the grandstand side of that fencing. And we'll hope everybody's okay. That is the engine out of the 32 car.
That's in the grandstand side of that wall.
Also a tire and wheel assembly.
The whole front end of the 32 car is sheared off when it got up into that fencing. All of the drivers involved in that wreck. Wow. And again, safety officials are at the scene. And we'll hope everybody's okay. Bring you any information we can. And that's the scene in Victory Lane. I'm sorry, Tony is at the spoiler check on pit road, and obviously is looking to his right and seeing the situation. Sure that the celebration for Stewart will probably be a little bit muted.
Well, it's not confusing down here, Ellen, right now, although normally we get to just jump out and celebrate. Smoke, go ahead and climb out of the race car right now. His team is here. They've got the Gatorade in their hands as usual, but Tony, sensitive to what he's seen out here, is going to hear from his crew probably, but we're just going to tone it down a little bit right now because we don't have a lot of information for sure yet, Tony. We know you don't either. We do know that you won this race again, somehow getting your way through that traffic to Victory Lane.
Yeah, but the important thing is what's going on the front stretch right now. It's, we've always known, and since racing was started, this is a dangerous sport, but it's hard when we assume that risk, and it's hard when the fans get caught up in it. So, as much as we want to celebrate right now, and as much as this is a big deal to us, I'm more worried about the drivers and the fans that are in the stands right now, because that was, I could see it all in the mirror, and it didn't look good from where I was at either.
Tony, how tricky is this racing from a standpoint of wanting to put on a show but also wanting to be safe?
Well, the hard part is you just can't get away from everybody, and when you get a green-white checkered like that, even if a hole's closing up, the guy behind you isn't going to check up and you're not going to check up. You got to take that chance, and it's like if we could have, you want to put on good races, but not at the risk of the drivers and the fans like this. So it's a hard thing for NASCAR. There's no easy solution, and there never has been. I mean, NASCAR's an extremely smart group, and they know they're doing everything they can to keep this from happening, and that's the main thing. And we're just thinking about the guys on the front stretch right now more than what we're doing.
Well said. Congratulations to you and your team. We'll keep everyone posted. That's another W for Tony Stewart. A little bit of interesting circumstances here today, AB.
Dale Earnhardt Jr., the first driver to come out of the infield care center. First of all, Junior, are you okay?
Yeah, I feel good. We had a pretty good car all day, and just right there at the end, trying to get the best finish we could. And I thought we was going to get to the end without tearing anything up, but I saw I think it was the 7 car spinning across to the right and off the wall, and he caught the right front of my car, and I couldn't steer after that, and I was just trying to get across the finish line, and somebody turned across the racetrack in front of us. It was pretty hard.
Your car was the 7 car. Regan Smith, you're in the care center. Regan, a lot of the guys getting out and able to be checked out inside?
I haven't seen anybody in there. I think everybody's in good spirits. More worried about the people in the grandstands, I guess. I get some debris went up there, and just worried about everybody up there.
Okay, Dale Earnhardt Jr., he's okay. They're still checking out some drivers. Jamie?
Brian Scott involved as well. He has been checked and released. You still finished 6th. What exactly did you see, Brian?
I saw the 7 car sideways in the tri-oval up against the wall, and we were right up against the wall. And I didn't know if we were going to make it or not, and I just held it wide open. I hit him hard, and then it was just like a pinball effect. And, I saw that the fence and part of the grandstands is hurt or is damaged, so I hope all the fans are okay first and foremost. We finished at least. We wrecked. I hate that. I hate that we had a tore-up car. Everybody at Richard Childress Racing did a great job preparing a short launch Chevy Camaro that is really fast, and we had a chance to win this race. Obviously, our teammate did, Tony Stewart, so congrats to those guys. And I guess we'll just prepare it and get ready for Talladega.
Thanks, Brian. I'm glad you're okay. Vince?
Damage on Parker Kligerman's car. The good news is Parker came through okay, ended up 5th. But what did you see as you came through that melee?
Well, first off, I want to thank the 32 for getting us up there in the front and leading for a while, and he did a great job. And first and foremost, I hope he's all right as much as I hope the fans are all right. That's scary to see that anytime anything goes to the fence, and I know NASCAR does their best job, and the tracks do their best job to, stop the melee, but we can't stop the unpredictable. So with that said, this Bandit Chippers Toyota Camry was awesome. My Bell helmets, Butler-built seats, Bolle sunglasses, Under Armour, all those people that help us get to the racetrack week in, week out. Can't thank them enough. But this Nationwide Insurance Series, it's crazy. It's out of control. It's so many good drivers, so many good teams at the front right there coming to the end of the race, and you go and there's suddenly 20 good cars all trying to go for one spot. And when that all started to happen, the 99 had gotten disconnected down the backstretch. I could have pulled in front of 33, and I didn't, and I hate myself for it. But maybe that stopped us from getting more melee. But I saw a bunch of smoke, put the foot to the floor, knew there was a checkered flag, and drove straight to it.
Thanks, Parker. Doc?
Well, Regan Smith was leading that charge off of turn 4, a quarter of a mile from the checkered flag. And next thing we know, we saw your 7 car sideways. What happened?
I tried to throw a block coming off 4. I knew Brad was going to make a move, and you know, it's Daytona. You want to go for the win here. That's what we're all here for. I had a really fast Junior Motorsports Chevy, clean cool on the car this week, so really appreciate those guys. Hope everybody in the stands is okay. I know I saw there was some damage up there, so that's kind of the first concern of everybody in the care center there was what was going on over there. We got a strong race team. You know, the car was fast all day. We got it in position to win, and you got to do what you got to do. You got to go for it. Brad's a good friend, and he pushed me to the front, and you know, we were both wanting to win the race. That's all.
So did you know that Brad was going to try to make a move as far as the block is concerned? You were going to go high, and he went high. Were you going to make another move to try to stay in front of him?
Well, if I had to, yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's you're coming to the checkered at Daytona. You know, this is it doesn't matter if it's a nationwide race or a ARCA race. You want to win here, and certainly want to do the same thing tomorrow. And if I'm in the same position tomorrow, I'll do the exact same thing again. I don't. You know, I don't know how you can play it any different other than to just concede to second place, and I wasn't willing to do that today. So, you know, it's a case where these guys work really hard on these race cars all year long, and our job is to put them in position to win, and it was, and it didn't work out.
Regan, we admire your honesty, but more importantly, we appreciate that you're okay.
Cool, thanks, Ray.
Fortunately, we saw Kyle Larson climb from his car after that crash when his car was just torn apart. And let's check with Doc.
Well, here's the best part of the day. This is the best news of the day, particularly someone like me that's been a trauma and ER doctor most of my life. Kyle, glad to see you're okay. You look good. How do you feel?
Yeah, I feel good. Just not sure where everything ended up on the racetrack. I hope all the fans are okay and, you know, all the drivers all right. I know I took a couple big hits there and saw my engine was gone. So just hope everybody's all right. And just disappointed. It looks like they got me 13th on the board, and we had a lot better car than that. We were, you know, charging the front a lot of the time, and actually got to lead a couple laps too, and you know, draft with Junior and Keselowski and guys like that. So it was a lot of fun today, and you know, just want to thank all my sponsors, Clorox, all the Turner sponsors, Turner Scott sponsors. I really want to thank, you know, Butler Built for building really safe seats and our eye helmets and the hybrid safety solutions device. There's been a lot of great changes in the safety, so I just want to thank everybody.
Take us through what you remember inside the car. I mean, you get hit from behind, we see the car getting up and then in the fence. What were you thinking? What were you feeling at the time?
Well, I was getting pushed from behind, I felt like, and by the time my spotter said, you know, lift or go low, I think he said it was too late, and I was in the wreck, and then, you know, felt like it was slowing down, and then looked like I could see the ground or something like that, and then, you know, had some flames come in the cockpit, but, you know, luckily I was all right and could get out of the car quick.
Certainly glad he is okay. The car is sheared in half, but he is able to walk away. What amazing, Alan, amazing.
And Brad Keselowski has checked out okay. Your good news is you're fine, but you watched the replay. I saw you take a deep sigh. What did you see? What was your reaction looking at that?
Well, I mean, watching a replay, my reaction, I think, is probably the same as everyone in the garage, and that is hoping everyone in the grandstand is okay. That's really important for us as a sport. So, you know, that's the first thing I want to say. But it was a long race. I think we saw a lot of action, a lot of chances for, you know, winning and passing and everything you can see. And we were in a really good position there with Regan at the end of the race, and we'd worked really well together. And when it came down to it, I felt like I was in the spot to win it, and wanted to make the winning move. And you know, obviously he threw a block on it. And, you know, he felt like that's what he had to do, and you know, that's his right. And it just, the chaos comes with it. I made the move, and then he blocked it, and the two of that together started the, you know, the chain of events that caused that wreck. But you know, just probably first and foremost, just want to make sure anyone in the stands is okay and be thinking about them.
Brad, you have the Daytona 500 tomorrow, the biggest race for you guys. How do you take something this serious, and compartmentalize and get your head focused for that race?
Well, I mean, I think until we know exactly how the status is of everyone that was, you know, involved, it's hard to really put a lot of thought into the 500, but hopefully we'll know soon, and hopefully everyone's okay. And if that's the case, we'll get to focusing on Sunday.
All right, thanks, Brad. Let's go.